going up.
Go Kart Brothers.
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 I didn't see the video. Does the video just happen, but I don't see it?
Like, holy shit, 1 week without a video and I get called out. What's up with that?
Where's the video?
I don't have time for videos every week.
Oh,
We're in a
sorry.
state of emergency down here in Alabama today.
Why? What's happening in Alabama?
There was a possibility of snow.
There's a misting of snow.
So
Wait. You were supposed to get like an inch of snow.
possibly there was 20% chance.
Did you get any snow?
We got none. None.
Okay, just so that the audience understands,
State of emergency.
myself, and Jason and Steve, we live in the northern states, so it's not that we're mocking people in the southern states when they get snow,
mock.
because I understand you also don't have the facilities and the resources that we have to clear the snow, so it is a
All
much bigger
none
deal.
of it. All 0
Yeah,
inches
I
of it.
understand. Like our local cities have trucks and supplies to deal with this stuff, and you guys don't, so it's a bigger deal.
We have the sun.
Where I live in Fort Wayne, we have the capacity to do all that stuff, and we just fucking don't.
You just drive on the snow.
No, just is.
It's a lot easier that way.
You don't,
It's
you don't
cheaper.
have plows. Your city doesn't have plows.
We plow the highway, but like nothing else seems to ever get plowed.
They closed
Really?
the schools.
You should question where your tax dollars go.
The government closed.
No, it's not. But it's
No, our
terrible.
base here closed.
Oh, yours did?
Yeah. Yeah, they shut down the arsenal for the day.
No?
No
Wow.
snow. No
That's
snow.
crazy.
That is crazy.
Anyway, that was my day in a nutshell. Going, or do we go home now with all the snow out there?
You're already at home.
Well, I was at work at the time.
Oh.
Because
Well,
I
then,
went
if
to
you're-
work because I'm in the public sector.
Oh.
And they go, yeah, there's no snow on the road. Get to work. I don't know why there's a state of emergency. Get to work.
See, I have the opposite up here in the north. I work in, I work for a university that is state funded, so technically I'm a government-ish employee or whatever, a public employee, but mildly on the very mild level. But when that university closes down, I don't have to go to work. Like,
Right.
and it's so we actually have more days off than people in the private sector, because the private sector people,
Civvies.
yeah, they're
Mhm.
like, no, you come to work or I'm not paying you. Whereas government people, it's like,
Yeah.
well, the facility closed down, so it would be fair. So you're going to get paid and everything's going to be okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's very
Mhm.
opposite reaction in the north for stuff like that. It's probably because we dealt with it for more. Like,
We're better,
more-
you guys.
Well, yeah, more better. Did you say more better or we're better?
I don't know.
Got that grammar and English thing down too. That's
Yeah.
good. I think
You
it's
got
most
that
better.
university that shuts down all the time for snow.
Most better.
We don't. We actually don't. This year we haven't yet at all. It sucks.
No. Yeah, around here, and it's probably the same for businesses around where you live, that people still have to go to work unless there's a literal like state of emergency.
Yeah, but they happen every couple of years, so
Yeah,
you get
it
them
has.
every once in a while.
We had a state of emergency.
But you had to go to work.
The
You
governor
didn't
called
have,
it.
You didn't have snow.
No, he didn't.
How do you have a state of emergency when the emergency
For the thought
emergency
of
hasn't
snow.
happened yet?
Because they do it in advance. He says the day before, okay, there will be a state of emergency starting at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So at 7 a.m. the
At
next
7
day.
a.m. everyone starts
it starts.
screaming.
And it's so that,
Everyone's like,
yeah. Yeah, and milk, bread, gone. Like, I don't
Are
know
you
who's
serious?
making milk and bread sandwiches, but gone.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. People flip out. It is crazy.
Oh, that is. My one friend, she lived here like our whole lives, and then she went to Texas for college, and well, actually, she went for a job, but college too. And so she was leaving her apartment one day, and her neighbor stopped. She's like, "You can't go out. It snowed." And Erin is her name, and she's like, "There's like not even a half an inch out there. It's a dusting." And she's like, but it's snow. You can't go out there." And she's like, "I'm from Michigan." She goes, "Oh, let me get you a list." Like I started writing her a grocery list, and it's not like some magical thing where we know how to drive. And the road conditions are extremely different because the roads have. I've always heard this like story anyway that the roads have a buildup of tire and residue that we don't have up here because it all washes off, and then you don't have the like local facilities to clear it off or to salt or sand or whatever it is your local institution would do if they were used to it. So it's a much more bigger emergency than it seems like to us because we have all of that at our disposal.
Yeah.
So I don't
yeah.
want to
I mean,
minimize that it is not an emergency. It actually is.
when it snows.
But yeah, whatever.
And, I mean, it will be 18 degrees tonight. It's cold.
Ooh.
That is super cold.
Celsius or
No, Fahrenheit.
no? Okay.
What is it here? I'm checking real quick.
-7 Celsius.
We're at 11 at the moment. We're gonna get down to 7.
Jeez.
We're at 6 right now.
We got up to 18 today, though.
Y'all are cray
It was
cray.
warm.
Yeah, it
Go
was
for a
bitter.
run.
I actually did not get gas, even though I needed gas, because my hands were freezing.
Yeah.
Now I'm worried about my gas tank.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get off of the weather.
Off the weather.
Oh, I know. Last one. Oh, anyways.
Hi, we're the Go Kart Brothers. Follow us everywhere at Go Kart Brothers.
The Weather Brothers.
Right?
Go Kart Weather Brothers. I'm Brent
We don't
Copeland.
always talk about the weather. That is Brent Copeland.
No, every week we talk for about 8 minutes.
Apparently.
Who are y'all? Who you be?
I'm Shannon, and I promise I don't talk about the weather every week.
I'm Jason. My favorite weather is rain.
No, it isn't. No one's favorite weather is rain.
No.
You're so emo.
There may be some people.
I'm Steve. I don't believe in weather.
He's atheist weather.
Yeah, I'm
It's
weatherist.
It's fake weather. So it was. They said it was going to be snow. We all went out, and it wasn't snow. So it was fake weather. It was that fake news I keep hearing about. It happened. It happened to me. It
The
touched
weather's-
me right
The
here.
weather's so clickbaity these days.
Here.
Yeah. It's all flash.
It's like it needs to be like weather Ned Beatty.
Oof.
Ugh,
Oof.
That's a stretch, sir.
That was bad.
that was pretty
bad.
rough. I liked it though. I liked
We
it.
Talk about video
Pretty
games
good.
or something now.
I don't think.
Well,
Wash
I
that
was
beast out.
I was thinking about talking about our anticipated games of 2017
Ooh.
and what we anticipate what's going to be a good movie and what we anticipate is going to be a good TV show. And we as a collective actually did polls this week to see what other people thought. And so I would like to compare our thoughts about what's most anticipated to our, I wouldn't say our fans, but the people who respond to us. It's like
That's
a
probably
more
more
fair
accurate.
description. People who respond to us and our thoughts about what's most anticipated for 2017 in games, TVs, and movies. And that would be a fun discussion. Maybe?
Maybe.
Cool. You wanna do
It'll
that?
be a
What do you guys-
discussion.
What do you guys
start
wanna do
with
first?
TV?
Sure, you called it.
I did.
You named it. All right. I will say what our viewers' top 5 are.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about what our top 5 are and discuss why. How's that?
Sounds good.
Yep.
I guess so. Let's do it.
Sorry.
Inconceivable!
I have like 12-year-old child hyperactive things happening around me. Okay. So, what are your most anticipated TV shows for 2017? And we sent this out to the public via Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and various other ways, probably. I don't know. And we just did this one today. We got 94 votes, which is a lot, but everyone could vote for as many as they wanted to in our poll, whereas when we did our poll internally, we were limited. So our results will vary.
Just say our poll was advanced.
Sure.
because we were limited, so we had parameters that.
You had to like really think about what you were voting for. Whether one was like click, 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 everything's great.
Even
Yeah.
though I
Yeah.
overvoted anyway, so I lost.
You did. You had a lot of votes.
A lot of algorithms.
You know, it was super official, but somehow you slid through the system. You Russianed the voting system.
I hacked it. I hacked it.
Yeah. So anyway.
You know
what
why?
Huh?
You know why?
Why?
Because I took Focus Fuel, and if you want to take Focus Fuel, just go to focusfuel.
Not this again.
We are not supported by Focus Fuel. We do not.
I threw it away. I
Don't
threw the bottle
ingest.
away. I threw the
Do
bottle.
not
away.
You
take.
need
Focus Fuel.
the clarifications or whatever, like Super Happy.
I think
Fun
it's
will
out of
have.
business, but yeah.
Please do
Do
not
not-
look at Focus
You
Fuel.
gotta look directly at Super Happy Fun.
Yeah.
Wash your hands if you accidentally touch Focus Fuel. Okay, so our viewers say, I'm going to just do the top 5 from our viewers, and then we'll talk about our top 5 and compare. Top 5 from our viewers. Brent, I don't know if you want this, but I'll stick it here if you want to. I don't know what you
Whoa.
want to do with that. Sticking it there. So our top 5 from our viewers is number 1 with 11 votes. We got Game of Thrones, which isn't really a surprise. I will say too, we kind of discussed. I don't know if I talked about this or not. We kind of discussed whether or not we should just have new shows coming out as anticipated, or shows that are just we're anticipating the new season. And the problem I had with just doing new shows is I don't really give a crap about any of them as much as I do for shows that I already have an investment in.
They never tell you if they're any good or not.
Kind of. I don't mean to be that person, but I guess so. I guess I am.
This fall's number one news.
I usually have to
show
watch
that
Ooh.
soon will
like
be-
2 episodes in order to see if I care enough to keep going. So so I kind of mixed it up with just I took like a few lists of anticipated TV shows, and I made our list of the most commonly talked about ones. So that's how the poll got made. But people could also write in their other things. But I'm just gonna go over the top 5 that made it without write-ins, or with write-ins, but this is what we got. So Game of Thrones, number 1, no surprise. To me anyway. Anyone else surprised by that?
No.
No.
Okay.
A little.
I mean, it's old faithful at this point.
Yeah. And it's their last season, right?
I don't know if this is their last season or if they're doing. I think they're doing 2
That was
seasons
the
that are
debate.
shorter episodes.
That was the debate at work. I wasn't sure if they were doing a season 8 or not. So
Well, I'm sure George is like, could y'all please hurry up and finish so I can.
I know how to write my last book.
Yeah.
The next one isn't really fair. The problem I had with doing the next one is the Defenders is supposed to be a combination of Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Daredevil, correct?
And Iron Fist, yeah.
And Iron Fist. But Iron Fist is having his own thing.
And that's coming soon. That's
So
like
I
a couple months away.
Crazy.
Yeah, so that one to me was kind of also too. If I start spreading out all the Marvel TV shows, that's the whole poll.
We're gonna be
because
here all night, right, guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, the poll only has like so many options. So Inhumans, the Inhumans is in there as well, and that got second place. But that's probably because if you've wanted to vote for one of those TV shows,
And some people might look at that one different because it's not a Netflix show.
that's true. Wait,
It's
the
the
Inhumans one?
Inhumans. It's a
Yeah.
spin-off of like Shield. It's gonna be on ABC,
Oh.
I believe.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I worry about network shows. I know the Shield has done okay, but
I haven't watched that at all.
nope.
I watched
I did-
Some
2
people are
seasons.
say
I
it's
watched
pretty
the
good
first
now,
season.
but I couldn't get past Daisy, Quake, whatever.
Some
her
stuff,
name was.
yeah. Tied with that, which is a little more impressive. Actually, it should probably be second because it's its own thing. Stranger Things.
Mhm.
No,
I'm really excited
again,
for that.
yeah, like that's a good one. Sherlock is coming out finally again.
It's
what's
just
the next
premiered
one?
the first
Yeah.
episode.
Mhm,
Yes.
Yeah.
Haven't
We
seen it
just
yet.
started watching Elementary to complement that. It's
I
actually a
heard
pretty
that's
good show.
I heard that's good, but I don't
Yes.
watch any CBS shows.
Just as a general rule. Screw CBS.
Is it
No.
the same?
I don't think there's been a show I've wanted to watch.
Oh.
But I've heard good things about that.
I'm network agnostic.
Yeah, well,
But it's January. It's kind of past the time for eggnog.
yeah, that's true, Brent. It's gonna be old.
I
You're
don't
gonna get
mind.
sick.
I like old stuff. Give me that E. coli.
Your
I don't know what
focus
that has
fuel.
to do with being old, but
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our last one on the list is a tie. Which shouldn't be a tie. Actually, the 5th one should be Star Trek Discovery, which had the next most votes. Because when you consider the fact that what it's tied with is a combination of Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and Supergirl, if you voted for one of those, it all went into that pool. Because
does anybody just watch one of those?
no, you can't.
Yeah, they make it hard to.
They do these
pick and choose.
crossovers. I
Like, I
watched.
don't even like the one show,
how
but
they
I
get
watch
you.
it because it's like it all ties together.
I don't watch Supergirl. Like I watched a little bit of Supergirl,
That's
and
the
I just
best
haven't
one.
gotten back.
Supergirl's really good.
Is it?
Is it?
So
Yes.
It is
Hmm.
shockingly good.
I was
I love
surprised.
Flash anyway.
I went into this thing wanting to hate it, and I'm wanting to hate it, but I just was like,
No, like yeah, everything from the trailers before the thing came out, it looked so.
looks so
fun.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, corny and ridiculous. I have a great time watching Supergirl.
Really? That's-
Surprised,
Mm.
because I thought it was
It's the
absolutely.
boobs.
She is really
everything
good.
was.
She watches it for the
Yes.
boobs.
There's not a ton. Like
They're
she's really
super
cute,
boobs, though. I mean, it doesn't have to be a ton.
Super boobs.
but she
Oh my
doesn't have
God.
like big, heavy boobs out there.
Now you're
Super
taking it
boobs.
into the just a bad area.
Well, is
Oh,
that?
I am. I am. You're right.
You're projecting what you think super boobs are. onto
I'm gonna have to
Supergirl
go
at
back
this
and
point.
watch season
And
2.
you have Kalista Flockhart's character joking that she wouldn't date Harrison Ford because he's too old.
Yeah, Calista Flockhart's character in that is really, really good.
She
and I'm
is. Yeah.
really sad for the changes they've had to make in later seasons. But
Uh-oh.
You mean the second season?
yeah, yeah,
More
yeah,
seasons.
it was really good. I kind of think if people had jumped on, I think they may have marketed it wrong because I didn't. I keep saying I wanted to hate it. I didn't want to hate it,
Yeah,
but
you wanted to hate it. You were like,
marketing wise, it just everything I saw, I'm like, nope, it just didn't appeal to me. And then when I watched, I'm like,
looked like Cheese Town, USA.
I love okay,
Population.
that.
Hmm.
I don't know. I like cheese, so I don't know.
Sure.
Are you talking about Supergirl or all of them?
Supergirl?
Oh,
Supergirl
Yeah.
specifically.
But yeah, I understand your confusion because all of them have a taste
They're all
of
cheesy.
cheese. Yeah.
to me, I don't know. That's like the superhero. I almost like these better than the Marvel TV shows.
Really?
Like in a way,
They're
like
cheap because they're lighter.
yeah, a little bit.
I can
And
see that. Different things.
I watched Arrow and Flash until the crossover episodes, and then I was like, okay, I gotta
You know,
go back
I was
and watch
in
Legends
the
of
exact
Tomorrow.
same position as you, Brent. Like I got to that same position where they started crossing everything over, and I lost interest real quick.
Oh,
See,
well,
I
see, I
love-
did the other thing. I went and binge watched Legends
No,
of
I-
Tomorrow, and I didn't watch Supergirl. I had already seen season 1, not season 2, though.
I think I'm up to the Arrow episodes where the Flash crossed over, and then about that point, I just gave up on it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I think it was kind of alluding back to what we were talking about, how you said, Shannon, they make it hard to not watch all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have such a hard time watching
It's
much
a
TV
lot.
anyways. I think it got to that point where I realized I have to watch 3 fucking shows now, so no, I'm not going to watch
It's
any.
up to 4 at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. It wasn't necessarily that I wasn't enjoying what was going on. It was just, it's too much.
It's a time investment.
Yeah.
It is because we're behind. The problem Jason and I have now is we're behind on a couple of them, but they're not on the one thing where
The
they have an
streaming
archive.
app.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the streaming app, they're not archived, but they're not back far enough on our DVD, whatever we use. I don't even know. 'Cause I don't even... What was that?
Sorry, I had something caught in my throat.
What'd you say?
It was Focus Fuel.
Focus fuel.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Focus fuel.
And we only use legitimate stuff, so you know.
Code's
So we're
legitimate.
like in this weird thing where we have to wait, which I think it's a mistake. Like I think you should always have your stuff available, especially for I don't know fans that want to be fans. Like give them a way to catch up to your content.
Yeah,
But anyway.
CBS.
But it's a massive time investment. I'll
Mm-hmm.
agree. Like it's like oh my god, still to catch up to all 4 shows. That's a long. That's a big
I
sitting on
can't
your
do it now.
watching
I don't
TV there.
have like hours in my lifetime to catch up to all that shit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. But anyway, what's next?
Speaking
Uh,
of bullshit,
What do you guys
so
want to do? Games or movies? I kind of want to do movies next, if no one
Oh.
minds,
Hit it.
because it kind of goes into the same thing. Where I
Mhm.
was talking to people. Let me grab this for Brent.
Thanks.
You're welcome. The one thing I was talking about recently with some people was they were just recently getting invested into the comic book movies, is what they referred to them as, all the
Okay.
Marvel movies, starting with the Hulk, which they didn't start with the Hulk because they didn't know that was start. Wait, did the Hulk start or Iron Man started?
No, Iron Man was first.
Iron Man started. Iron Man's the first one that started.
Iron Man happened a couple months before because remember that cameo at the end of
Yep,
Hulk.
at the very end. You're right.
I
you're
think
right.
Hulk had the TV show first.
No,
That's
no, no.
true.
We're
No, that's true.
that's true. We're
Bill
talking
Bixby
about.
We
was
want to
in
be
all the
factual on
movies.
this show, so I just
Yeah.
want to
You're
make
right.
sure
you're
we
right.
get
yeah,
that
no
out there.
fact checking on this show, by the way.
They did Bill Bixby like they
Cherub.
did Tarkin in Rogue One.
But
Was Hulk or Spider-Man live action
Jesus
first?
Christ.
Spider-Man was on the Electric
It was the
Company.
70s.
You remember
Where
that
did the
shit?
greatest Where did the greatest American hero come into
No.
play?
Is he a Marvel property?
Who?
I don't
Greatest
think-
American Hero?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's in anything property.
I bought those DVDs. I'll tell
Do
you
you
the
have
truth.
them?
I have both seasons.
Can we borrow?
Y-
Somehow?
Yeah. Of course you can get Cody, but yeah, you can borrow.
I don't know what that is.
Cody's legit. It's legal. It's in the courts right now. It may not be. It's like Napster before Napster was made illegal.
I used a lot of Napster before it was made
So
illegal.
that's all I'm saying. If you're watching this, say in 2018, Cody may not be legal.
At the time of this recording,
It's absolutely legal.
it hasn't been made
wonderful.
illegal yet, is actually how you should say that.
No, it's not a Marvel property, by the way.
Mm. Anyway,
Wouldn't
That's
that be
good.
great if he made a
So did you
cameo
see
in one
them?
of these?
I mean, it's one of the others.
Like
nothing
Jessica
else.
Jones?
No, it was, I think, owned by ABC.
What was that? Everyone's talking.
I'm
It was owned by
sorry.
Disney, which owns Marvel.
Ha ha!
Well, I don't know. Okay, that might be. You might have.
Ah!
Ah! Facts of things. Anyway, I was similar to the problem we were having with TV shows and all these properties and getting invested in watching all this stuff. Someone now starting to go back and watch all this stuff, to sit down and watch all the Marvel movies. Like, that's a lot. It's not as much as the TV, really, but it's
No.
it's a big investment.
not
It's
that
like
big a deal.
probably a solid weekend of just
Yeah. Go for it.
marathoning movies.
What else
which
you gonna do?
actually, I don't know. Actually, it kind of sounds awesome.
Yeah. I don't feel bad for them.
No, I kind of want to make some plans now.
You got something to do. You're gonna watch them for a second time, or third, fourth, fifth, whatever
yeah,
count you're up to.
I don't even know. So did we talk? Oh, the problem was, did we even talk about what hour?
No, we didn't.
You know what?
We have
We
not
didn't-
talked about us.
No.
We don't normally do us. We normally focus on the audience because y'all are more
There's
important.
who matters. They're who matters.
We'll
Why we
do
this?
that. We'll do that, and then we'll go back to us, I guess.
Yeah, we'll
So
get
our
their
mo-
shit out of the way first.
All these motherfuckers.
The people who responded to us. Let's see, how many did we have? We had, for the movies, we had 182 responses, which is pretty good. And the top 5 of that, number 1, I was surprised. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was number 1
Yeah, that's a little surprising.
by
am
2% margin over number 2.
It's
But
pretty crazy to see where that's come from before the first one when no one had a getting clue.
no one had. Well, you see a raccoon with a gun, you're like, this is really gonna be great, guys.
Oh, they're really taking a risk.
It's because of that dude from
was.
Everwood. Everybody loved Everwood. I bet everybody who voted that saw Everwood and loved him from that.
I don't know
No.
what Everwood is.
I didn't want to be the one to say
I'm
it. but-
jealous.
Okay.
I'm so jealous. Y'all need to
I
go
don't know what
download
Everwood
Cody
is.
and watch Everwood.
I'm not
No.
gonna do either of those things.
Some of the
Can you just-
best TV in the world.
What's Everwood?
It's a TV show.
Oh, you're really selling it.
It's
So-
it's so good. Really, one of the best.
Oh,
Number
this sounds awful. I'm looking at the description.
What's the description? Read it.
World-renowned brain surgeon Dr. Andrew Brown
gun.
finds. Yeah.
It's so who's Andrew Brown though?
Um.
Who's the actor that plays it?
Oh, it looks like Treat Williams. Or
That's
something?
right, Treat Williams. Now Zelly, Shannon is sold.
Who's Treat Williams?
You love
She's
Treat
not gonna
Williams.
know.
Come on.
She's not gonna know who it
Who
is.
is
I'm
that?
telling you. There's no
Who
way
is
you can.
it?
There's no way you can explain to her who Treat Williams is.
He's on
I couldn't get her-
Everwood.
I couldn't get her to realize who Matthew Modine was.
That's not a person.
He was on some doctor show too.
It's not a famous person.
Brent, if you can make her understand, I'll blow you.
Oh my god.
Not gonna know.
What kind of time frame do I have here? Because I will put some work into this.
Yeah. Like I honestly had to look up who Treat Williams was, and then
Who
I
is
saw,
he, Steve?
I
Give me
saw
Shannon talk. Who is he?
No, honestly, I think they're right. I even looking at his face
No.
and realizing who he is.
There's no way.
I
He was
don't
in
know
Miss
how I can explain it.
Congeniality too. No.
Oh my god, I've never seen one or two.
No, okay, that's probably a bad one then. Man, he's been in
he
so
was
much
What's he
stuff.
been in? Name things he's been in that I would know. Jason.
Hair. He was the lead actor in Hair. Bam.
You're
You've never
wasting your
seen
breath.
Hair? What the
You're
fuck is wrong
wasting
with
your
you?
breath.
Oh my god. That is the. He was in Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
I'm telling you, there's no way. Not gonna happen.
Huh. There you go. Echo Base Trooper. Uncredited, but he was in Star Wars, so
In a
shit.
helmet. In a helmet.
maybe. I think I recognize his chin.
Yeah, God, he's such like he's
I-
got a weird face.
There's no fucking way.
I'm gonna move on to number 2 on our list.
I bet though if I show a picture you'll know him.
I
right?
know, Brent, you're really anticipating this blowjob win, but we're
So-
gonna give you some more time and come back to you. What was that?
I say he really wants it.
He does. He's working really hard.
So,
Get it.
And after it,
it's
You're putting Brent. I'll tell you right now. You're putting a lot more work into it than Jason's going to.
oh yeah,
Look at that fifth
it's
member
gonna
of the
be most
podcast.
half-assed
yeah.
blowjob.
Nat,
you've
is that
ever
ringing
had.
bells?
I might have seen him at Meyer earlier. I don't know.
No, not ringing bells. There he is in Everwood. No.
Okay, so number 2 on our list.
Oh well, I tried.
From our.
I guess I owe you a blowjob. I'll be up later.
No,
so.
that wasn't the bet.
You guys should have.
A blowjob's gonna happen.
Well, actually, yeah, you shouldn't turn it down. I mean,
Right, that's that's painful. No, he was in White Collar. No White Collar pants. Okay.
oh. So number 2 from our participants in our poll, Star Wars Episode 8. I was surprised it hit second because we're big on Star Wars talk. So I thought like people who would watch us or even acknowledge us would be also Star Wars fans. So,
Yeah,
but they are Star Wars fans, but they're just kind of Guardians of the Galaxy fans as well. So, which is, I mean, we are both, but I was
can
surprised to
kinda
see
see-
second.
I guess I'm at a toss up between the two because I can see me as a Star Wars fan really excited about Episode 8, but at the same time, I have this feeling deep down that I will have more fun watching Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Well, it's a different tone.
Number 3.
I can see that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Because there's a movie that I voted for that I don't know if it's on this list that was
It-
kind of the same exact thing.
Well, I'm actually gonna remember if you remind me to talk about. results.
You're gonna remember.
Well,
So-
if you remember to remind me to remind you, I will definitely.
And then
remind you.
so Wonder Woman is number 3 on our list.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
Has there ever been a movie in the last few years, I guess, that needs to be better than that movie?
it has to be good, right?
Yeah.
That's the hard part. I think that's why it's so anticipated. One, finally we have
Yeah.
a female hero character at the forefront of a movie, and she's so iconic.
Yeah.
And then you have DC kind of teetering along.
DC has not been very good at putting their characters at their forefront, aside from Batman, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, not this iteration, but yeah.
Well, no, but you know what I mean. You know who I'm talking about. We're talking about Christian Bale Batman. But I mean, they're really good at pushing Batman and then nothing else. That's their champion. And
Trailers look great.
they do, but
Trailers look good. Yeah,
I think
I don't know.
I think it's safe to say we're all a little nervous, right?
I'm more
Like-
nervous if this bad, what it's going to do to Brooke.
Okay, yeah. I'm, you know, I was a little girl. I wore Wonder Woman underoos. I was,
Yeah,
I mean,
too.
every little girl at my age was a Wonder Woman fan. So, yeah, it's kind of like you want it to be good so hard, but just don't fuck it up, people. That's anyway. One after that, another one. Please don't fuck it up. Spider-Man: Homecoming is 1, 2, 3, 4th on the list. So that one I'm really happy about. Obviously, it's another Marvel movie in the whole stream of Marvel movies, but he had a great introduction in the
Mhm.
Civil War movie, and he really seems to get the character down from the little bit we got to see of him.
Yeah.
And I'm excited, and I feel really bad about Mr. Garfield, but
Hit the bricks.
they, sorry, buddy, they used you just to keep the
Mhm.
License.
licensing. Yeah. So
Hope
Yeah.
you enjoy that money. Ha.
I think he did a great job. There are lots of those movies with him
Mhm.
that I do enjoy. I'm not gonna say like I enjoy all like oh my god, great movies, but even the second one, I really liked the movie. If you take out the entire bad guy, like I thought,
Get Jamie Foxx out of there.
yeah, if you get rid of the bad guy,
Oh, he
like
was
the
so
rest
bad.
of those scenes were really. I think he did a great
I'm
job.
gonna say
as
Jamie Foxx
or
sucks.
Superman.
Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, like he was good in I think Django Unchained. I liked him in, but
Never saw it.
Oh, are you serious?
Serious.
Oh, it's really good.
that was
I've
our
been-
kid's birthday theme.
Totally fucked up, but totally good. Anyway.
I saw the
honest-
commercials, so I know how
You got
fucked
the
up you
gist.
made your kids by doing that, but it's okay. That's what kids do.
Spider-Man: Homecoming is a tie placement with Thor Ragnarok, which
Ragnarok.
I really love both Thor movies. So
This one's gonna be different
So I should go
Why?
watch both of those.
why Thor?
because Hulk's in it, and they're fitting in the Planet Hulk storyline.
I like that. I love Hulk. I was one of those kids that watched the Hulk TV show. I love the Incredible. Yeah, I love the Incredible. But they named it David Banner in that one instead of Bruce Banner. But I don't know why.
That's annoying.
Why? I don't understand why you did that. But whatever, Marvel, whatever. Like, why change his name? Because it really confused me later on when they did the movies. Because I wasn't a comic book person. I was a comic pop culture person. But anyway.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Was
And
it-
there's a rumor that well, it's not even much of a rumor because that was in the Doctor Strange movie, but he's gonna have a part in it too.
Ooh, I like Doctor Strange. That was really good.
Mhm.
That was
Yep.
good.
That was really good.
Fun
fun.
movie.
Comes out on like digital video and Blu-ray next month.
I don't think we ever actually covered that. We should do a show where we cover that. Ooh, you know how we have talked, Brent, you've talked about there's ways for us to watch a movie live and like invite guests in and we can do like a live chat while we watch a movie together.
Sure. Think there's a thing. Or like syncs up Netflix or
figure it out.
something.
Yeah, you figure that out. We'll do that for Doctor Strange. It'll be fun.
You'll have plenty of time to figure that
Yeah,
out.
I'll post the date tomorrow. It'll be great.
We can watch it on Cody.
So comparing that, our viewers' top 5: Guardians of the Galaxy, then Star Wars, and then Wonder Woman, and then a tie with Spider-Man and Thor. Our top 5 most anticipated movies: Star Wars 1, no surprise, is first,
Mhm.
and then Guardians of the Galaxy, and then Spider-Man: Homecoming, and then a tie for 5th. Wonder Woman did not make our list. It was Kingsman and Justice League.
Kingsman.
Weird.
That first movie
Yeah.
is so fucking good. I think that's the movie, Steve, that I feel I'm gonna have the most fun in a theater this year.
Kingsman?
Yeah, Kingsman. That first one I loved. I think it's one of the better action
Kingsman
movies of
is
the last
really good.
few years.
Yeah.
I want to be brutally honest.
Mhm.
It was okay.
No, you're wrong.
No. You know, and
It's an opinion. He's
I-
fine.
here's the weird part of my opinion is the part of the movie that I hate and that I liked the least was the part that everybody seems to love the most.
Which part?
The church scene.
Oh, that wasn't my favorite part either.
That's not
I
my
was
favorite part.
that part of the movie.
It was
lost
uncomfortable
me.
to watch.
No, that's very disturbing. That's not my favorite part.
My
That
favorite
is-
part of the end is him taking that whole last act of
That
him
was good.
Yeah.
running
like-
through and kicking ass and
We
fighting
started
that chick.
figuring everything out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And the
chick with,
butthole
with
thing.
leg knives. Oh, that was awesome.
Not the butthole thing.
The
No,
butthole.
but
This is weird.
I know.
I feel like I watched the movie, but now when y'all describe it, I feel like I didn't ever see anything such as
It's
this.
because we really focused in on the butthole sex.
And the butt.
Oh wait, no, okay, butthole sex. Yeah, I've definitely watched that then.
Yep.
Mhm.
I think Treat was in that.
we need to do a weekly, like if you figure out how to do like a weekly viewing, like we need to open that up and do weekly viewing, movie
I don't know if
viewing
that's
thing.
legal, is it?
No.
No,
Well,
it
just
is.
as long as
I don't
we
think
don't
it is.
show it on our screen and everybody else watches it on theirs.
Oh,
and then,
yeah.
You all join like a room in
Like a
like
rip trap
Xbox
type
or
thing.
something. Yeah, and then like you can all kind of chat that way.
Right, we can't broadcast the movie.
You can't broadcast.
No, you're
it.
saying, okay, we're hitting play, motherfuckers, right
No,
now.
no. It's not a broadcast thing. But maybe we could do that as like a weekly event. I think we would be better at that than gaming because it wouldn't cost us like
Sure.
and everyone doing it the price of a game. But
First,
anyway,
we should do like Schindler's List.
I've never seen
Just-
that.
I've
But
never either.
make
Never
out.
seen it either.
They got
Great
that on
time to watch
Cody.
it with a group.
That's a good time for that blowjob, Brent.
Yeah.
No, now that I think about it, like you,
You don't want to do the blowjob?
no, talking
Not during
about
Schindler's
disagreeing with his opinion on how good that movie was. I got Firewatch on their sale, on their fire sale. It was like 40% off, and I'm only to day 2, but I gotta say, I don't
No,
know if
don't.
I'll ever trust anything you ever say again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What happened? I don't.
It's
Why don't you like it?
so far like
Firewatch?
the worst
We're not on
thing.
games right
No,
now.
don't
Alright,
tell
we'll
me
talk about it later.
Firewatch
We'll get it
because I
later.
wanna play it.
Sorry.
I want to play
Okay.
it.
So
When
next
I play
we're
it, we'll do a review of it. and we can all share.
Well, apparently don't play it because I suck.
I like Telltale games a lot, so which we'll talk
well,
about very soon. So just to kind of backtrack, our top TV shows were our number one in our group was the Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl group. Second
Weird.
was
Weird.
oops. Second on that list was the Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Marvel type of stuff, Luke Cage, Iron
Not
Fist
as
Defenders.
weird.
Not as weird. Third on our list, and remember this was first choice for our participants in the poll. Our third choice is Game of Thrones, then Stranger Things, and then Sherlock. Yeah.
And that was kind of my 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but apparently we
I was-
outvoted you.
Yeah.
Well, and I
My
think the
number one
first
was
two
Stranger
kind of
Things.
won because it's like, when you're giving 4 points to one category because there's 4
Yeah,
different
we were
shows, I
able
mean,
in our private internal thing to give like, okay, but if I like say for the combo ones, if I'm like, well, I want Arrow and Supergirl, then I could give 2 points to that. Whereas public people couldn't do that. So that escalated that a little because they weren't separated out. So
But also, I voted for that grouping, not as my number one, but I mostly voted for it because of Supergirl. Like, Flash, I'm
Supergirl's
still kind
oddly
of like I'm
good.
on, but Supergirl's the one I'm like looking forward to watching again.
yeah.
Man, I'll have to go back and watch. Season 2 is better than season 1? Is that the thing?
It's different. They're both good.
I don't
They
know. I
cha-
really like
Season two
if you didn't
changed
like season
some.
1, you might not like season
Yeah,
2.
season one was great. Season two
Yeah.
changed a little bit because they moved production from LA to Vancouver,
I
where
really
they
like
film all the
Melissa
other
Flockhart's
shows.
character in that. I really like as soon as you see her less in season 2, and I
Yeah.
don't like that.
She's a part timer in
I
season two.
really liked that they didn't go like with the typical trope of Jameson type of character. Like she was a very
Oh, she had depth.
yeah, she had a multifaceted character, and I really liked her. Anyway, so there we covered it. I did good. So now we're gonna cover games.
Games.
And let's see. So our public, the problem with games is there is so much coming out in 2017 for games, and a lot of it is not generally what we play. But as a group, I will say like there's a couple of us who play a larger mix of games. But the problem with that is the most anticipated games of 2017. As I was collecting articles to like make my list, I was finding like I had no interest in these games. So it was a little difficult to figure out like what to put on the list when I didn't want to vote for anything. So we allowed for write-ins, but it pretty much came out to the same thing. And Brent, I just realized I didn't give you the link. Here you go. Bam. And number 1 and 2 and 3 is a tie in the public sector. I have a hair in my eye. I'm sorry. 1, 2, and 3.
The hair does not get a vote.
No, is in the public sector. Red Dead Redemption 2
Yes.
/ Mass Effect Andromeda / The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
That is our
That's the correct list.
1, 2, 3.
But the correct answer is Red Dead
Without
Redemption 2.
like with those
Mass Effect.
that's not in any particular order. They all got the same number of votes, and from our public. That's not our internal list. So, but I can't. I don't play any of those games, but I also know for a fact I can't argue with any of that because I know those are very highly anticipated franchises or IPs or whatever you want to call them.
Yips.
Yeah. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't really play many single player games, and
I don't either.
that got reinforced tonight when I played another one. So, yeah, it's a hard list.
I'm excited to see what the new Mass Effect is, but Red Dead, like I even tweeted something when they announced it. That is literally, I hope that I live long enough to see that game.
Yeah, I wish I had finished the first one. I got to Mexico and my save got corrupted.
Yeah.
Oh.
The way that people talk about the last half of that or quarter of that game, I'm jealous. I never played it.
I'm honestly the person that I would have loved to see Mexico as a completely separate thing, like taken away from the game, because I think that really slowed down the story.
Yeah.
But even with that, like the stuff that happens in Mexico was rad. But it just seems somewhat disconnected from what was going on. But even with it, like the way that story progressed, like through for the first chapter and then especially through the third chapter, and then how that game ends is fucking incredible.
And unfortunately, the ending's been spoiled to me, but it still sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's like I have very, very much in the past year or so been wanting to go back and play through it again.
I wish they had done a PC version.
Yeah, that's been a complaint from everybody, and I kind of hope that they do with the second one, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
that's not
think they have.
confirmed that it's PC.
No, I don't think they have. But no, now that I've got the Xbox again, I'm considering.
It's backwards compatible. Yeah.
I know. I'm considering picking it up and doing that.
Yeah. Like I have. I'm totally looking forward to that game, and I'll play it.
Mm-hmm. So good.
Y'all are making me want to play it.
You are not making me want to play it, but I'll tell you what I want to
hate it.
play.
We should name this the Treat Williams Award.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a thought.
I was trying to segue, guys.
What do you want to play, Shannon?
I don't, but what our viewers or listeners or participants in the poll want to play is the next one is a massive conglomerate, and we're not going to go on to 5 because there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ties for the next one. So that'll just be that's the end of the list. And we had someone vote while we were doing the poll. So Cuphead, which I actually think looks awesome, but you
It's
guys,
great.
I think it
but-
looks amazing. And I'm not a single player gamer, and I'm like,
What I've heard about
this.
the gameplay of that doesn't really thrill me, but it looks amazing.
I haven't read anything about the gameplay. Just honestly,
It's a very hard side scroller.
well, I'll try it.
Yeah.
It looks adorable.
It
enough for me
sounds.
to try.
I remember people playing at E3 said it was brutal, and how hard it was, and like, I kind of want to play that to look at the art and
Yeah,
see it.
that's-
I'd be afraid I wouldn't be able to see stuff.
It'd
Like
be
just
more
watch someone who's good at it doing speed runs on
Yeah.
Twitch.
Kinda. Let's stream that. Yeah.
Stream someone else doing. This guy's really
another
good.
one-
We're gonna stream him.
I'm sorry. What?
Nothing. Go on. Another one.
Good. Okay. The one after that is Camelot Unchained, which is an MMORPG that I don't know if it's actually going to come out
Ever? Yeah.
in 2017. No, in 2017.
Oh,
But It's anticipated because I don't think it's actually been technically updated for release. So it fits. The other one is ukulele.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone heard of that? That looks actually adorable. Anyone?
A lot of people, or a spiritual successor to Banjo Kazooie,
Okay.
which is a Nintendo 64 game. So it's kind of like an old school 3D platformer.
Okay. Sea of Thieves.
That game looks great.
That looks so cool. Like I actually want to play that one. Yeah.
Do you guys remember that one?
Nope.
It's kind of
No.
the co-op pirate game that was
You have to
Microsoft
like
had it
work
in their
together with your group on your ship. Is that
made
the
by
one?
Rare. I believe.
Yeah.
Neat.
It looks like one of those games where you have like 5 people working a pirate ship, and you're working the guns, you're working this, and there's PvP in it.
I just said
Oh,
that.
it's rad.
That sounds cool. So it's like that
Prey.
Star Wars or Star
I'm
Trek
sorry.
bridge and the other one that was with the airship. Icarus? No, not Icarus Down.
That's funny. Star Trek Bridge got 0 votes in our public poll, but
I'm totally up for it, but
What-
Have you seen the
the
videos?
odd part
Oh
is, like,
my
I told you guys
God.
to go ahead and vote in the public poll, and you guys didn't.
I didn't vote for games. I voted for
Oh.
something else. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. It's fine.
But Bridge looks great. I think it's just because not a lot of people have VR. That's
Mm.
why I
that
didn't
might
get
be.
it, 'cause it's
Yeah.
VR only.
Good point.
The last remaining ones are Prey.
Yeah.
You
That's
like
okay.
that?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? What kind of game is that?
Probably looks like it's going to be a first-person shooter.
Hmm.
But single player and very ever so lightly linked to the first Prey game.
hmm
Is that the one with the Indian and powers? And
Yes, but this
Okay.
is like nothing to do with what was going on in that, other than I think Tommy, the guy that was the main character, is going to be in this one somehow.
As an AI character, right?
Yeah, so there's like some sort of a story link there, but you are in this one. It seems like you're in the far-flung future.
Like a bounty hunter, right?
Yeah, so it's very curious as to what it's going to be, but the trailer is spooky and cool.
The trailers look really cool.
Yeah,
They've done a good job promoting that game.
but I'm still a little lost on what it's going to be exactly.
Yeah.
But the trailer has me hyped.
The next one on the list is Persona 5.
Yes,
Yep, I'm looking forward to that too.
Tell
Mm-hmm.
me why.
because Persona 4 was so good.
Those games are great
Tell me more.
Japanese role-playing games with a really interesting premise.
They're,
To
they're
them.
fucking bizarre.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Okay.
They're like the Japanese games that are just so crazy Japanese.
Yeah. It's
that-
like Final Fantasy if they went really weird with it.
yeah, if you went really weird, like you know that Japan wants to go weird with it, this is what it
Let's
is.
get weird with it.
Let me think. 2 that I want to mention that didn't make any of our lists, sadly. Destiny 2, I just want to mention it because one of our really like awesome friends, Gobeek, is really good for forward to Destiny 2. He's the only one that voted for it. And Destiny 2 is like a major title, and I was surprised we only got 1 vote. And Guardians
I'm
of the
kind of
Galaxy.
bummed that it's not PC or they haven't announced it yet.
They haven't announced it. It's PS4 or Xbox One at this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be more excited if it was PC.
Was Peak the same one that voted for the Baywatch game,
Hmm.
or was that the movie?
That's a movie.
I don't think it was a
But they're
Baywatch
making a
game.
game out of that, right?
No, there was a couple people that voted for the
Probably like
Baywatch game
E.T..
actually in the end results. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy, Telltale game, I was surprised didn't make the list. I mean, it made like 1 vote. And
Yeah, but I mean, those Telltale games are coming out a couple times a year, so.
okay. Our list of video games, number 1 was Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's right.
And then-
No, hold on. That was number 2.
No,
No,
What?
that was number 1.
All right.
Second was a tie for Camelot Unchained and Crowfall.
What?
Or
No.
Our internal. Yes, it was. Oh, come on. We're an MMO, like, player base, like, of the
Yeah.
4 of us.
We didn't.
And then third was Mass Effect,
well, 4.
Andromeda.
No,
1,
shut up.
2,
Give
3.
me this.
Yeah, I was trying to let him have that. And then the tie for last place was massive because we all voted for individual things. So one of them was the currently unnamed and assumed Mario Switch game that will come out.
Oh,
Like that's so big.
That's really tentative.
Cuphead, Detroit Become Human. If
Yeah.
you want to talk about any of these, interrupt me.
Try Become Human looks cool. It's by the guy who made
It does.
Heavy Rain.
That's a PS4 game. Is it only in VR
Heavy
or is it?
No,
Rain.
it's not. It's
Or is it not?
traditional.
It's
I don't
just
think it's VR. It's just kind of it's like a story-based game set in the near future. Kind of, I believe from the trailers, looking like almost like Blade Runner.
Okay. I don't know why for whatever reason
With
I thought it was
robots.
VR.
Robots.
Then it was For Honor, Persona 5, Prey, Sea of Thieves, Star Trek Bridge, Legend of Zelda, and Ukulele. So we kind of had the same, but the ones where we completely off from the participants were the Detroit one, For Honor, and Star Trek Bridge. So
For Honor looks good. It seems like that game's been in development for longer than it really needs to be.
Yeah, I bet that game comes out in thuds. Just people talk about it for a week and then it'll be like Battleborn.
When they first showed it off, I was so hyped about what that thing was that now, like, I think it's third person action, but it's
Online all the time.
online all the time,
Looks
multiplayer,
super generic to me.
PvP. But I think like graphically it looks good. The action itself looked really good. Like it seemed to have some potential to be a lot of fun, but
Yeah.
it seems like for what it is, it's still being developed, and that just seems weird.
That game, I bet, is just gonna fart when it comes
It's gonna
out.
go brink.
Yep. Oh, too soon.
Yeah, that's not too soon.
Aww.
No, that's too soon.
So, for those of you in the know, do we want to do our contest results?
Sure.
Okay, for those of you in the know,
We had a contest.
yeah, we had a contest. We had a contest. If you filled out an iTunes review for Go Kart Brothers and
Thank you.
Is
Thank
this where
you.
Jason
Thank
drives
you.
to someone's house and gives them a blowjob? Is it that contest?
no, not that one. That's a different one.
That's a different one.
But if you filled out an iTunes review and you left a star review and a written review, you had to do both of those things. And then you went to gokartbrothers.com and filled out the form where you said you did it and gave us your information. Because the only reason why we need your information was to verify the iTunes username with your username, and we need your email only to contact you for your winnings. That was the whole contest. So we have 3 $10 Steam codes to give out, which I will email those persons after the show, but I'll announce them on the show. And we had 5 contestants. No, 4. We had 4 contestants. So your odds of winning.
Who's that poor bastard gonna be?
We had one person enter the contest, actually fill out the entire form, but they said I said provide your iTunes reviewer name. They said no. And have you ever listened to iTunes? Have you ever listened to Go Kart Brothers? They said no. And did you leave an honest rating and review? They said no. So, the requirements were that you do those things.
Oh man.
So even though you took the time to fill out the form,
It's probably a positive review because it's not.
no,
honest.
they didn't leave a review.
I think the
Or-
problem with everything is that iTunes makes it so difficult to leave a review compared to
I
any
know
other
they
service
do.
in the world that
I
it's
know.
just a pain in
You
the
have
ass.
to be an iTunes
I should
user
say this out loud.
with
but
a credit card. Yeah, no, I understand. But they're also the reason why, if anyone's wondering why we had a contest that just focused on iTunes reviews, is because iTunes weighs. Well, actually, there's some disagreement on that, but the argument is that certain people have noticed that if you have positive reviews and participation and contact and stars within a certain amount of time, you get moved up on the search list a little better, and we're not on any. So we're like, we should probably get some reviews, but it's hard to encourage people to give you a review because it's a pain in the butt. Like, I love a lot of podcasts. I don't give reviews because I just want to listen to the podcast. I totally understand that because that's how I am as well. I'm also someone who, if I find a podcast I love that podcast, but I don't go to their website and stuff. Like, I understand. Like, I totally understand. Like, being a listener that enjoys a podcast, but that's about as involved as I want to get in the whole thing. But this was to kind of give some sort of encouragement.
Yeah. Free
My
shit.
thesaurus is bad.
So we got some
And
winners though?
we do. Well, yeah. Do you have that spinny thing?
I do.
Can we use that?
Tonight?
She's not talking about your print.
Like I gotta write everything on there.
Oh.
Oh, the
Okay.
4 names.
I can just roll a die then. Let me go get a dice.
I mean, you can pick a color. Put a color next to someone.
No,
if
I
you're
have a
just rolling
dice.
a die.
I can use the dice. So we only have 4. So we have.
Okay, pick a color. Put them on colors because there's so
Clear.
many.
Okay. What colors do I have?
Blue, yellow, red, green.
That's great because we only have that many.
more
2,
colors.
3, 4, 1. Okay, so this sucks. You know what? Since we only have 4, all of you will get something. I think Brent has some extra codes. So, number 1 is this dude. So go ahead and roll it. See what he went.
Oh, hit the microphone. Red.
Red. Yes, red is a winner. And that is.
I'll try not
second
to hit
on the
microphones with it again.
list. So the second winner is Slain, which is a long time listener back from our
Yeah.
Cotcast days. So I'm really glad. I'm really glad if anyone wins, but like we kind of know him, so that's cool. So Slain, I'll send you an email tomorrow morning with your you will get a $10 Steam code. And so
We gotta send one of those big publisher clearinghouse size checks for $10.
Telephone
uh,
No,
email.
I'm not gonna do that.
It would take about a year to print it,
Let's have-
and then send
Yeah, we
it.
can
Would
mail
take
it
a
through
while.
Stampendo though.
I'm just gonna email him tomorrow with this code. It's fine. I'll
Okay.
do it at my lunch hour.
You can do it that way, I guess.
Yeah. It's very sad. I'm sorry, but you win! Yay! And you're on the show. Talk about you. He's awesome. Anyway, go ahead and roll it again.
Big money, no whammies.
Blue.
Blue is number.
That was the closest. It was on fuchsia, but we don't have fuchsia, so blue wins.
Okay. That is that one down. The next one. That is the Block Mage. The Block Mage. Congratulations, you
Fuck
win.
yeah.
You will be receiving an email tomorrow with a $10 Steam gift code. And last but not least, because it's the same amount.
We may double up on the colors here unless we get lucky. It'll be the closest though.
Yeah,
That worked
Without
the
going
last
over.
time.
the closest without going over.
Yellow.
Oh no. Yellow is last one is JBJ Blaze.
JBJ Blaze.
Woo!
I don't know who that is.
I know who that is. So cool. So our 3 winners tonight for the $10 is Slain, Black Mage, and JBJ Blaze. Thank you guys so much for participating. And we have. Do you have an extra code, Brent? I heard you had extra codes.
Yeah,
to
what you
give
need an
away.
extra code for?
For I feel like the
No. I mean, I have music or games. Like, I have a bunch of games we can give away. So.
Why don't you surprise? Well, you know what? We'll give the final 2. Why don't you we'll talk about it later,
Okay.
and you can kind of give me 2 extra codes for the other 2 people that participated. One participated, so you should get a better one, and one kind of didn't really participate since he said no to everything.
Right.
But maybe we
Give
can
him a-
give him
A
something.
gift copy of Team Fortress 2.
Well,
maybe
let's
we
do this. Let's
Okay.
do this. Next episode, now, someone has
Yeah.
to remember this because I suck at remembering these things.
I'm gonna write it down.
But I'll write down the name of some games I have that I can give away on the
Mhm.
wheel. And then if anyone leaves a review, if it's more than one person, we will roll to see who wins a spin on the wheel. If it's one person, we'll just spin the wheel. All right, how about this? Everybody leaves a review. We'll spin the wheel for them. They'll get
That
a
sounds
game.
good.
As long as
Okay.
it's not over that many.
Yeah, so we can take up to about 20 reviews per week for people for our audio audience who doesn't see that. And
Now, these are not AAA games unless they were from the 1970s. Just warning you. Just want to
it's
be
just
upfront
like
there.
Yeah, it's not like a massive monetary value. It's just like some free codes that we kind of have lying around, right? That
Yeah.
we can give out. And so if you happen to leave us a
We got
review,
music too.
you can always but how will we know to match them up? We'll figure it out later. We'll talk about it later. We'll fix it in post. It's fine.
We'll do
So
things. You'll do
congratulations to
things.
Slain Black Mage and JBJ Blaze, and thank you everyone for leaving a review. Also, since we had so few participants, everyone will be receiving some code of some sort tomorrow.
You get a prize, and you get a prize.
Yeah,
and you
kind
get a
of.
prize.
Some of
We're
our
like the
favorite things.
Oprahs of podcasting.
Kind of. So yay, everyone's a winner. Let's see. That's about all I have tonight. Anyone else?
Did-
Do you want
did
to
I-
kind of...
Did I show you my after Christmas purchases?
No.
No,
1 second.
Is that a
Okay.
thing?
I didn't know. I bought some groceries. Should I bring them out?
Sure.
So after Christmas, I love going to like Walmart and Target because they drop prices of all their Christmas stuff to like nothing. So I buy my wrapping paper for the next year,
Oh
and I
yeah.
can get like whatever I want because it's like 50 cents a roll and crap.
You are
Leave
so
it out in your
adorable.
car with the window.
So this year I
Yellow.
found these.
Oh my god!
These are and they're stand
Those
up.
are huge.
Stand up
Okay.
on their own. Look at this.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Okay, when you took a picture, you posted that to our Instagram. We have an Instagram, Go Kart Brothers. You posted those at Instagram. You should have put something for scale in the picture because
Like a
those
banana? I don't have a banana.
Like a prick.
I was kind of thinking they were like
a
this.
prick.
I was
It's about as big as a banana, one of them little baby
All
ones.
shown for scale.
I was kind of thinking they were like this big and like, oh my god, they're
Right.
huge.
So I was real happy because now I
I
can
would
just
be
rip out the stocking out of his hands and use it all year long.
That is amazing. Yeah, show them again.
50 cents.
No. These were $10. They were normally
Okay.
$20.
That's still pretty good. Okay, for our audio audience, what Brent is showing us is he has like
His dick.
a Yoda doll and a Darth Vader like doll, and
His
they're
dick,
holding
you
like little
say?
Christmas candy
My
canes.
mouth, yes.
But how big would you say they're? They're like 2 feet tall, right?
Let me measure it.
No, just oh God.
Yeah,
That's
about 2 feet.
About inappropriate measurement.
Yeah, 2-3 feet.
2.5. Let's go with 2.5. They're pretty big. They're like super big. That's a really good deal. Good Star Wars deal.
6 bricks long.
That's gonna be my unit of measurement now.
Foot and a half.
How
foot and a
tall?
half.
Oh, it's about 4 Brent dicks.
2.5.
Man, I'm really
Brent.
bad on measurements.
Yeah.
That's a foot long? That's not possible.
Is that a meter or a foot?
That's a foot.
It's a ruler. It's 12
That's a
inches,
foot.
right?
Yeah, it's
It
12 inches.
depends on if you have a meter. It depends on what kind of.
If that was a meter, Brent would be very big.
You want
That's
my
not how
candy
Vader-
cane saber?
That's not how Vader sounds.
Arrgh. You cut off my appendages, you did.
Oh, you've even seen Star Wars.
That's not how Vader sounds.
Cosplaying as the enemy this year.
Ooh, I wonder if I
Yoda
can take off
again.
his mask.
Oh, you're terrible. It's Yoda.
It
under
won't
there.
come off.
No, you'll kill him if you take. Anyway.
Oh, he's like the Count if you flip this up. Oh. 1, 2. Okay, I don't know where I'm going with that.
He's like turned into Carrot Top all of a sudden.
I've got these props.
Yeah.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what would you say if we ended this podcast and went into some after show shenanigans?
I'd
Yes.
say get the fuck out of here. and that I need to go to bed.
Oh, well,
I'm
who
not.
wants to live forever?
Sorry, it's a little slow on that one.
You're playing with your toys.
That's okay.
If that's what you want to call them.
Does anyone want to stay up and play Drawful and do after show stuff or whatever, or no?
To sleep.
That's cool.
I would
You
love
gotta
to.
keep living, man.
I can't sit at this desk anymore.
Livin.
Okay.
Sorry.
Brent, do you want to stay up and play Drawful or something?
Maybe.
Oh. If you don't want to, it's okay.